Hey everyone, hope you're all doing well. I'm Dylan, I'm the CDO and art director here at Arena X Labs, and I'm joined here today by Monty and Antonio. We are only a few members that make up the core art team, but we'd like to welcome you here today to this special showcase. Throughout the next few months, we'll be doing a few of these, and we'll be focusing on different areas of the art department, and today we'll be focusing on background design. We'll show you some of the designs from the very first original concept of the game up until the finished pieces that you saw and got to drool over during the beta that just finished. I'll leave it up to my co-hosts to introduce themselves and then we can get started.
Hi, I'm Monty. I'm the design lead at AI Arena. I'm in charge of all of the UI as well as most of the UX. I also help with concept design, visual development, story development, and marketing.
Hey everyone, I'm Antonio. I'm the art generalist here, and I'm mainly focusing on battle arena environments and the world locations within our game. And I've also spent some time designing character assets and props throughout the game, and we're really excited to be showing you guys what we've been working on.
Cool. Yeah, I guess we can just jump right into it. Monty, do you want to show some of the first original concepts of the game back
Yes.
almost 2 years ago now, from when we first started all this?
I'm so nervous to be on live right now. So if I'm like shaky in my voice or anything, oh yay. Just like please understand, because all of our a lot of artists are very introverted. And we're like so not used to doing this. So
definitely.
Yeah,
bear with us.
We're gonna show you guys literally OG when we first started the game, what the backgrounds looked like, and basically what it looked like when we were pitching people, and then when we actually started dedicating our time to making it look good, and then the process, and then what it looks like now and what you guys saw in the beta. So yeah, let me just get it up here. Wait one sec. Okay.
It's come a long way.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Okay.
Come a long way.
Please don't judge me right now. So basically when we were pitching the game, Dylan was working on the game assets, and then he asked me to do some backgrounds on the side, and I was also working a full-time job, and I basically did this in 2 hours, and then we put it into the game. So that's that. This is what it looks like.
We just needed something just to get the point across, and I'm definitely not a background designer myself, so I needed some help. I did all the characters, which I'm great at, but the backgrounds are definitely way out of my territory. So I got Monty to jump on, and she came up with this really quickly.
Quick.
And it's definitely better than anything I could have done. So it definitely helped us a lot. And I mean, it was the start of how we got to where we are today. So it's not that bad.
It worked at the time.
Yeah, for sure. It set the foundation.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's not terrible objectively, but then after we handed backgrounds on to Antonio, I feel so ashamed looking at them. I just don't want to. I don't even want to look at it. Yeah. And then it kind of evolved into this, where I was like, okay, I have a few extra hours. Let me kind of finalize it a little bit. And we also, when we first started the game, we had this idea of the maps being like a boxing ring. And then we kind of just
also before it was a platform fighter too. It was just, this was the entire stage. There was no
Yeah.
platforms to fall off of. It was just, it was like a health bar too. It wasn't even percentages. So you just battle until the health bar is done, and then that was the end of the round.
Yeah. Man, this is weird. Okay. So then we basically handed the backgrounds off to Antonio, and we were like, Antonio, this needs a whole new look. The boxing ring is not working, and we just kind of were like, do whatever you want with it. And this is where it was at, you know. And then we had this like idea for like it being like in a dome area.
Yeah, an actual arena.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
Very futuristic, techie.
Yeah, totally.
A lot of neon lights. Yeah.
Yeah. It kind of like shaped the starting look of the game, like having
The
everything.
whole design language kind of thing.
Yeah, everything kind of like followed along suit with this once this was our like first official background, but also still before it was a platform fighter as well. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, like we were thinking to put them just like on the 2D plane on the floor there.
Yeah.
Right.
And then as the game progressed, we realized that we needed to turn things into a platform fighter. And what happened there was, so originally when the game was 2D, everything was like an SVG. So we were handing these little like assets over to the coders, and then they had to like manually move all of the animations into place. And it was really tedious for them. And then we all kind of collectively decided to move towards using 3D assets. For the characters. And then we were like, oh, okay, well now we can make it a platform fighter. And it just made more sense to make it a platform fighter too. Like I can't explain all of the points of why we turned to a platform fighter, but it made a lot more sense. But we still wanted to do 2D backgrounds because they're so fun and they're so beautifully painted. So this is us basically turning this background into like a drop down pit.
I still can't believe you guys did that with the SVGs.
Yeah,
Brandon had to move them all into place. Yeah, I can't believe
that was tedious. I mean,
I can't believe that was the only option.
Yeah,
just like a coder's nightmare.
Yeah, totally.
Let's make everything as hard as we possibly can for the coders. Just for fun. So this is like some of Antonio's process of just taking this and then, you know, feeling it out. And we also have to make sure the perspective is in a certain way because we have a dynamic camera. And as your character kind of jumps around, if the perspective in the background is really like messed up, then it's going to look very obvious because the camera's kind of always like doing this. So we have to have like a very certain like far away fixed perspective with the backgrounds.
So I guess here is just a more fleshed out. Oh, Brandon still has nightmares about those SVGs. Yeah, so do I, honestly. But yeah, Antonio, do you want to dive into like your thought process and to flesh this out a bit more?
Yeah, so this was like the first taking that flat VG and making it more dynamic to look at. Just like it's funny looking back at it actually. Just having to flatten it out, but still we want to keep it and make it feel curved. And like adding this pit. And then we realized we can't have any of this flooring because the perspective will change and it just doesn't look proper. So a lot of things just like on the way that we had to figure out as we were testing it.
Well, because we would like spend time, or you would spend time like painting a background, and then we would put it in the game, and we would have like a few, test games play, and then we're like noticing all of these things about the background that just don't work anymore.
So this is like this isn't final yet. This is like almost there, but like we would have tested this before that.
Yeah.
But I think
Yeah.
we didn't even know the ground plane. We probably just got rid of it. Sometimes it's easy to get fixed, like things like that, where we can just overlay the pit, which
Yep.
was like a godsend actually, because like I don't have to go paint ground.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. But
Yeah,
still,
but as we got more like as we got more further, I figured out how to really make it feel grander. Like this still doesn't feel too grand for me,
yeah.
which is nice. But like it worked for the time being. But yeah, it's nice to see our new progression.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Even
totally.
from this, like this was in April, not even that long ago.
Yeah.
Mhm. Well, the thing is, like, we've been working on backgrounds past this, and what happens is, like, every single time we do a new background, it's even better, and it's like funner, and it's more detailed and everything. And then we look at these old backgrounds, and we're like, well, now how do we make that better, and how do we make
Yeah.
that match the look of the new backgrounds?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. I also just love like the lights that you did here, like how you make it feel like so
Alive.
grand and exciting, and
Yeah.
all the like TV screens of everybody.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, good.
Totally gives a dystopian future vibe. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. We have like a design map that we follow with all of our core colors and everything, and we just want to make everything feel very futuristic and fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then, this was after we told Antonio, like, your new backgrounds are so good.
Yeah.
And now your old backgrounds have to be just as good as those ones, which the new backgrounds we're not going to be showing you guys. We're only showing you the ones that are in the beta. But there is new maps. And I mean, Antonio, you can explain like your process through taking this and then kind of fleshing it out to be this larger, more grand background.
Basically, we just have to push everything back and create just more space and just make everything smaller, basically, and really make the stage like the center of attention here. Yeah, it's hard to wrap your head around, but Blender helps a lot. Like, yeah,
totally
learning like the new process of like incorporating Blender into my process, and it's really effective. Especially making these really big things, because I'm being able to like get away with less detail because it's further away now.
And also, for those that don't know, Blender is a 3D program. So Antonio would basically model out a very rough version of this and then paint over everything.
Yeah,
and then that's how
it should have a 3D block.
You think so? Oh yeah, this is
there it is.
Blender.
Yeah. So there's the 3D version.
Yeah, so this is even early, like first pass 3D, maybe. Got maybe a couple passes just to get colors and stuff.
Yeah.
And then, I even stepping up a notch on this because it still feels kind of contained.
And we're able to bring in the stages and use that to help the blocking out.
Yeah, for sure. And to make sure everything is matching and fitting well too.
Yeah.
But it's really cool. This kind of developed from like almost like a high school basketball game arena to like the World Cup final arena, like in size.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah, if we like go back to like here and then just like the grandness and the large feel. I don't know. I mean, we basically added like 1,000 more people in the stands.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. So cool to see.
Yeah, then this is taking up a notch too, adding another set of like a row of bleachers. Just really adds to it. Yeah.
Yeah, the nosebleeds.
And then making the lights a lot bigger.
Yes, this was built in Blender and then painted over after, which was like the final version you see, that we got to see in the into the beta. Yeah.
Blender is awesome because it's free, And there's so many, tutorials online where you can learn about it, and it really, really helps with blocking in backgrounds, especially when we are doing like this mix of 2D and 3D.
Mhm.
So like, our stages are in 3D, right? So we want to make sure that the perspective is all good and everything matches, and it just helps a lot to use it as a tool. And
Yeah.
especially with this large grand perspective that we're putting on these backgrounds and all of this detail, like you really want to use every tool that you can to push it. So
Yeah. It also does
it's really
great.
good for. Cool.
Go for it.
I was gonna say it's really good for blocking in and just like getting ideas out quick with just basic shapes.
Totally. Yeah. Yeah, blue is definitely a recurring theme.
Yeah, especially with this background, very
Yeah.
monochromatic.
Yep,
part of our color palette.
for sure.
We have a lot of blues.
Mhm.
That's another thing, is like when you start, before we started designing all this stuff, I made like a design map for everybody, and we have like a very fixed color palette that only includes like, I think like 15 colors, and everything kind of has to like match that look and that feel. And it just makes sure that everything in the game looks like it fits together.
Yeah, for sure.
And then here's his paint.
Yeah, with the atmosphere and
Yeah. So putting like it looks like it's kind of washed out, but we need that to separate the stage from our background art, and it also gives it that that atmosphere and that depth that you would get in like a real environment that's this big.
This is kind of nerdy, but this is my favorite part of the BG. Like just this, like the light atmosphere that comes from like these corner pieces. I really like. I remember like screenshotting this, like literally just this area, and sending it to Antonio and being like, "Nice, feels good."
For sure. Yeah, and I think starting out with 3D and then painting over does a really good job of blending the 3D stage and characters with the backgrounds and not making it feel like it's just this flat background behind it. Like it still feels like a very 3D space that we're in, even though it's just flat. Couple layers there, but yeah.
Yay!
Yeah, that's awesome.
Seriously, there's so much stuff online and YouTube. Like there's like Blender crash courses that you can do, and like once you get over like the little hump, like once you get over the learning curve, it's just like smooth sailing from there.
Totally.
Please keep learning it. It's such a good tool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. Once you learn how to do lighting in there too, like the lighting changes your art game forever.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Brandon said he loves the nerdy art takes.
Yeah, I mean, of course he does.
Yeah, I don't know. There's like little things that I just love. And if you notice like the base here, like the pit, we were able to like reuse it from here too.
Yeah.
Yeah, just warped it.
Yeah, there's like different little elements that we were able to reuse, but all of this area is all brand new. And then here is it in the beta.
In action.
So you can see like how the camera moves and it follows your fighters. So the perspective has to be a certain way. If it's any higher, any lower, it will not feel right.
Yeah.
You'll notice like it'll look like two different kind of pieces that just don't really work together. So all of these stages, when Antonio is painting the backgrounds, we have to send it over to the coders and like test it and make sure that it's right before he dedicates like a week to painting every single detail, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's why putting it really far away, like the background far, helps with that perspective too.
Yeah, I mean, it was the perfect like first stage. Sorry, I'm just getting lost watching these fights.
Yeah, otherwise.
Yeah,
All right.
awesome. All right, let's move on to the next one.
Yeah. Let me just cue it up. So that was our main arena.
Yep.
Very first backgrounds that we ever did. So next I'm gonna put up training stages, and it's gonna be another jump scare of having the oldest backgrounds ever. So please don't be alarmed. Okay.
Yeah, we have a really great effects artist that really
Mhm.
adds to all the combos and hits. Definitely more to come too. That was just like the placeholders for the beta. It's gonna be a lot better once we fine tune everything. So stay
You just
tuned.
keep improving, guys.
Yeah, for sure.
If this doesn't show it,
Yeah.
So this is another one. This was like basically like a thumbnail, you know, like I was kind of sending some ideas over to Dylan, and I was like, do you like this? Do you like this? Like this was like, we really didn't know what this game was gonna be, and we're kind of like as you can see with the last backgrounds, like we've really like found the look of the game and what we want it to feel like. But this is like what is the game gonna be? I don't know. Here's some ideas. Just try it out.
Yeah, I think with that, at the beginning, just me and you, Monty, just coming up with these little things.
Mhm.
We kind of had like a rough idea of what this game was going to be, but then as we like expanded the art team, and we also have 3 more artists that are on the art team, we kind of developed this style together as a collective rather than just like one person's ideas, and it like really developed into something that we're like all super proud of. I mean, you can see it from the first arena, how it started and how it is now. It's just awesome seeing like how we've all...
Yeah, like Alex's platforms are really...
Yeah, they all add like such
really
a nice little touch. Absolutely.
Yeah, I forgot to mention, and you'll see it in some of the future BDs here, but all of the 3D platforms are custom made by another one of our team members, Alex, and he just does such a good job of, you know, making that platform feel like it fits the space. And with a lot of the art assets, we've kind of just been like, just do your thing and then bring it back, and then we'll see like where it is. And just everybody has brought such cool takes to the game, and yeah, exactly, that's where the look has come from, is just like this mesh of everybody working together. This is just taking this thumbnail and then making it a little bit more detailed.
How much do we want to reveal? What types of worlds will we see in the game? I mean, there's endless amounts of universes we can go into, because the main arena is like an AR projection. So we can basically take you anywhere. That's all I'll reveal, because we have a lot of exciting backgrounds that haven't been shown at all yet.
Yeah.
Antonio can do whatever he wants with the backgrounds.
Yeah.
The world is his oyster.
Yeah, so far so good.
Okay, this is so embarrassing. This is 2 types of stage bottoms that I did.
Right.
So one's like a fun floating platform, then the other is like this. This is like, we don't know what the game is gonna look like, and we have no idea where to go. So it's like this weird, like almost like coloring book look. I don't know.
Yeah, but the platform version, that kind of was like the starting point of the platform fighter, because this stayed as the main platform for quite a while until we started adding some 3D elements and stuff. But yeah, this was like basically one of the very first platforms, I guess, until Alex took over and made them 1,000 times better.
A million times better.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a part where we give Antonio this idea, and we're like, hey, this has been the training stage, and it's up in the clouds, and it's, you know, there's like a planet or whatever. Just have fun and make it fun and spacey. And so he took this stage and like kind of moved things around, but it wasn't. Sorry?
We just put it in the sky.
Yeah. And it like didn't
Okay,
feel like fun enough, I guess.
Yeah,
So then
for sure.
we were kind of just like, you know what? Do your thing. And actually, sorry, this is part of the old game process. This is is this Peter's video?
I believe it is. This was the first time controllers were ever able to be used in the game, and he was just showing it off to us.
We were so stoked about this.
Yeah, it was such a huge revelation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's just so cool to see.
Yeah, and that's also what the training fighter used to look like before the wireframe one that you have now. It's just that little demon with red eyes.
So this is after we told Antonio just to go ham.
Yeah.
And he made some thumbnails for us. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are still all so cool. I wouldn't have been mad about any option here. But
yeah, they were fun to do.
I think what we ended up with was it's pretty perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think we went with like this one, right?
Yeah, but then we like moved the planet up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because this perspective didn't work.
Right.
Yeah.
Like when we put it in the game, it was like kind of funky, and then we ended up just switching a few things around. But then I think we liked like the coloring of this planet that you did.
Yeah. Yeah, this was fun to do.
Mm-hmm. Fun exploration.
Yeah, and we always have so much ideas, like, oh, let's make stuff, and we can't like make stuff move in the background, right? So
yeah,
we're limited to that, and like we just stick to have like asteroid belts or something floating through. Yeah, always.
So this is the thumbnail that we finalized on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then I think I moved to this. This was like a more finished concept. But then again, like the meteors would have been pretty sweet, but I don't think.
Yeah.
Not in this lifetime.
The thing is, like, with all of these backgrounds, we want to do so much with it. Like, we want to have things moving in the background. We want to, like, you know, like, we've had ideas to, like, put animations in the background. But there's only so much that we can do because the background's already a huge file. And we don't want to mess up the loading time or, you know, make someone wait so long for their fight to start. So we kind of have to, like, make sacrifices. Oh.
Yes, he is super talented.
He is very talented.
Yeah.
We kind of have to make sacrifices where we can. So we'll try to make, like, well, Antonio will make, you know, the most beautiful background ever, and then we'll have all these ideas in it, and then we kind of have to tone it down because we don't want people to wait, you know, 5 minutes for their match to load, so that all of these high quality backgrounds can load in the back end. So yeah. I love the texture of this planet, but I think we chose to go for like a more blue hue after this.
Blue.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, this was getting there.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing about this one, though, we had to change is that it looked like a watermelon.
Oh yeah.
A little bit. I remember saying that. I was like, I love the background, but it kind of looks like a watermelon.
Yeah.
Well, that's another thumbnail. Oh yeah, so this is when we took this and it like was kind of working, but it kind of didn't, and then we just flipped it upside down and suddenly it worked.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Then we added all these. Yeah. Then you helped me out with these clouds, just adding this atmosphere. Which, like, I don't know if that makes any sense in space, but
it doesn't need to.
I guess we're like on a planet.
Doesn't have to make sense.
Really wondering how this works.
It's a hologram anyway. It just, whatever.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They really like how
Space
how the
watermelon.
clouds really helped out.
Yeah, for sure. I think they still do have like a slight movement side to side, so it kind of gives that atmosphere.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But
we
obviously,
can make the clouds move.
super limited movement that we are able to add to it. But I think even just that small movement brings a lot to this level.
Mhm. Also, every artist knows that clouds suck to paint.
Yeah.
I don't know why. They're so hard. Like, I think with this, like, Antonio popped this out so quick, and then the most revisions that we did were the clouds.
Yeah.
And it was just like, this doesn't look right. Like, this shading isn't right. This is too round. Like, oh no, they're not moving here.
No, not here.
Yeah.
I think in the game they move very slightly, just like
Yeah.
side to side. Yeah.
Yeah. The background of the purple clouds was my top favorite in the beta. It is
Yeah.
one of my favorites too. It's just so
For
like
sure.
relaxing. So then this is the custom stages that we
Mhm.
put on top.
These are my favorite stages.
Yeah.
I love the clouds so much. And obviously it just goes so well with like this area that you're in. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Alex.
Yeah, he really killed it.
Mm-hmm. And it also, like, it's a 3D build, but it works with the background,
Antonio, do you want to answer Jackie's question there? Do you see what it was?
What did
Yeah.
you say?
It was, what's the future of this game in terms of artwork with the advancement of AI?
I think we're just gonna go at our own pace and make artwork that we love,
Yeah.
that we want to put out for the people to really enjoy.
Yeah. I mean, with AI art, we could pump out 100 backgrounds in a day, but I think just the process and like love that we have for making each piece is more worth it than like any 1,000 backgrounds we could make with a program that does it for us. So
Also, every background that we make is in Antonio's style because he's
Yeah.
doing it.
Yeah, it's fun.
I mean,
to
we could
make
probably
all
load
those
these into the algorithm so that they could like build off of his style, but it's just
And then
never
just
going to be the same.
inspire me, and then
And he's
Yeah.
just out.
So
Yeah.
Antonio, this is your actual resignation meeting.
this is the resignation live
It's
stream.
live
Yeah.
right now.
So I can't
We're
say
kicking
no.
you out.
Yeah.
We
We've
have
hired this
we
new
have
guy
enough
called
background.
Dolly.
Yeah. We put a little mustache on him
Yeah.
on the screen. So
No.
here's the background in
In
motion.
action.
So
Yeah.
you can see that, like, with the backgrounds too, we have different layers, like multiplane. So the clouds move at a different pace as the actual, like, the background, like the space background, and then the clouds are moving like this a little bit, and it just gives like those little pops of movement that makes it feel more like you're actually in the space.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It definitely feels like you're floating above the clouds.
Yeah, we love the parallaxing.
Yeah, the little
It's
pockets of
also-
stars in between give such a
it's
nice
really
feel.
Yeah, it feels good when they get revealed.
Yeah,
But
totally.
it is like heavy for the game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
for
going
sure.
forward, we may have to be cutting back on that.
Yeah.
But we never know.
Hey, it looks good.
It does.
Yeah, with what we got now, it's really good.
Hmm.
Totally.
Antonio's like, who did this? It's amazing.
It's really fun to see it like moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice when the camera is framed on small parts. You know,
For
some
sure.
people see the whole thing.
Yeah, because then you can definitely see the parallaxing a lot more in the background when it's focusing on a closer area.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. On to the next. So the next one is the throne room.
Yes, Jello's main stage.
Hmm. So this throne room you get to go to when you're at the top. Of the
Or
leaderboard
if you're fighting the top.
to get the crown.
Mhm.
So we load it up. So this is the OG again. A little bit more time went into this one.
Yeah.
This is my painting. Definitely better than the first training stages that I showed.
Yeah. Well, you were like almost full time at this point when you were working on this one.
Yeah.
But I still do love the neural network background that you have there.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that's actually pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Kind of
Yeah.
feels like it's inside of a brain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
But it still doesn't feel like the game that it is now, you know?
Yeah,
Like
totally.
it's almost there, but not quite, you know? Yeah, I like those like fun little chords. There's elements of this that Antonio took and brought it into the new throne room. Like the feel is still there, but it's like way better now than it was before.
Mm-hmm, totally.
I have a really, really old video.
A phone recording.
Yeah, of the fighters in here.
And the old crown too.
Yeah, look at the old crown on top of him.
Jeez, it looks like a sticker compared to what it is now.
Yeah. That's an
I mean,
SVG, baby.
So do the characters. They literally
Yeah.
look like pieces of paper, like a Paper Mario game.
Yeah. So weird. This guy's just kicking. He's not trained at all.
Yeah, that looks
Doesn't
like
know how to
somebody
do
I
anything.
trained.
Cool. So, this is when we pass the background off to Antonio, and we're just like, do your thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I spent a couple of days just making these black and white concepts, just seeing how far we want to push it, basically.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like the other one, like this, the bottom left is pretty pushed, like extreme. A lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
And then what we settled on, we're kind of like, is a good in between of being pushed, but still the same idea.
Yeah, like I think we really liked the like glass planes, seeing into like kind of like another world in the background, and like a throne with a bunch of wires and stuff. Like those were kind of concepts that we all wanted to keep.
Yeah, but it ended up being more close to this one in the end.
Yeah, this one's more true to Monty's original concept.
Yeah, that's true.
You just wanted like big chair in the middle.
Yeah, that was the only prompt we gave him.
Big chair.
Even though the throne is so big.
Yeah.
Like these little bots can't even sit in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely cool to see how far we've come. Yeah, I wonder how it would look to see one of the fighters sitting on that throne. I wonder if you'd even see them.
They'd be so small. Look at this.
Yeah.
They're like this big.
Yeah.
It would look like it's like a little kid on like Santa's chair, you know?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like so large. Anyway. And then this is him just taking the thumbs and fleshing out the values that he wants. So we can talk about that.
Yeah, just pushing and also designing that back wall, seeing what we want to make that look like. That was really fun. I really like doing these little intricate like space techie shapes that you can just do by cutting into shapes and taking stuff away and adding little lines.
Yeah.
Just make it look so intricate, but like it's really not.
I think you ended up opening up that back area for the hexagon.
Yeah. I think the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
because
didn't
this
even
one's
notice
like over
that
top.
was like overlaid.
Yeah.
It was like part of the wall.
Yeah, it was kind of behind the wall.
Like built into the throne.
Yeah, but then we really separated it. We made the throne more in front of that
Like this
thing.
one.
Yeah, made it like glass there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun to do. And this one's closer.
This is closer to the one that we chose, right?
Yeah. I don't remember. This might be.
Yeah, but I think we just took out that middle hexagon, and that's where the crown floats.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like these like foreground overlays here.
Totally.
Makes it feel like, I don't know, more of a space in there. Like there's like some gaps here, you know? Feels like a hall.
Some depth there, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I just love this like cityscape in the background. Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
So this one is this. I think this is the same one we just saw, no?
I think this is you taking
The
the things that we liked out of all of them and then like fleshing it out just a little bit more.
Yeah.
Like there's just a little bit more depth there.
Oh yeah.
A few more details, kind of like blocking out some shapes. Makes it feel like a whole world.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, that's the fun part, making it like a hologram, essentially. You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, they're all connected in a way, but they're all different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they definitely all feel like they're in the same universe, just in vastly different areas.
Mm-hmm.
Especially some of the newer stuff that Antonio's cooked up that unfortunately we won't be looking at today, but something to look forward to in the future for sure.
They all kind of have like hints of. All of them have like hints of like the main arena.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like if you noticed in the training background, there's like little hexagons in the sky.
Mm-hmm.
And like even here, like there's always like little hexagons. Like it's just that little tiny hint of the main arena that's peeking through.
The dome that's
that the hologram is like sitting on.
Yep.
So these are some color passes that we were trying out. It's cool to see like what the throne room could have been.
Yeah.
You know, if we went with like more blue and yellow, but
this is cool, but I think the darker feel really gives that like
so
I don't know. Yeah, like an evil king kind of sits on this throne.
And purple is so royal.
Yeah, that is true. Purple and yellow is like the perfect combo.
Yeah, it just feels like more of a throne room.
Mm-hmm.
And then you started detailing these little pillars. I just love.
Oh yeah.
I love the little details.
Mm-hmm.
So then I think this is getting close to being done.
Yep. Oh yeah, like I even I got rid of a lot of the detail on the back wall.
Yeah.
Just like simplify the shapes.
Mm-hmm. You can see the painting of the stairs here, how it's like flushing out.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and this was all 2D, so this was no 3D at all.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you didn't. I don't think you were at this point. You were using Blender to even help.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't use. No Blender here.
And boss of a game type of vibe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is the place where you're gonna fight the person on the top of the leaderboard for the crown. You know, like it's a little stressful.
Yeah. Everybody wants that crown, but only one person can have it.
Mm-hmm. This is also the background that's on the beta poster.
Oh yeah, that's
all
true.
The androids are fighting for the crown in the middle.
Yeah.
This is before lighting, so we haven't even done lighting yet.
There's lighting.
Here we go.
Bam.
Yeah, I love the little light rays, like poking through. Feels like an early morning almost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Good dust in there.
All these little details of like the edges here, the highlights. I don't know. There's like so many things on this background that I could like zoom in on and focus on, and like it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
This is hand painted, guys.
Yeah.
I don't think you understand like how nice that is.
Digitally hand painted.
Yeah, but like still like we have like a Cintiq, and then it zooms in and everything like.
Still takes a lot of time and effort.
Yeah. Like these are like Photoshop brush strokes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like that's the one line,
Yeah. That's why it's just so beautiful. These backgrounds.
Very satisfying to do.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm. Meticulous.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank God for a mirror. Thank God for the mirroring tool, though.
Yeah, right?
You only have to paint half of it.
We gotta do that.
So funny.
Yeah. That's also a really like beneficial thing about doing these big stages, that we kind of want it to be like symmetrical.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, it just works with the perspective.
Yeah, but as I progressed, we just been like stepping away from that, which is pretty nice too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like in the newer stages.
Yeah, so this is where the crown would sit.
Yep.
And then I think in this background, I don't know if we still have it, but this hexagon like slowly rotates.
Mm-hmm.
So cool. And then this is it in action.
I think it still does, yeah.
Actually,
I'm not
this
sure.
is an old one. This is old.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Look at the crown. It's not
Oh,
the updated one. Yeah.
Oh, it's not rotating yet.
No, even the crown is the old design too.
Oh, this is this is just, oh, it is, eh?
Mm-hmm. But also, we get to see one of Alex's other cool stages for the throne
Mhm.
room. I like how it's almost like an upside down crown as well, with those pillars coming off the bottom. Super cool.
Mm-hmm. And I also like how it pops from the stage too. Like it's not like it's like its own individual little piece.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this
Doesn't
stage
blend
has
into
a lot of like original like arena colors
Mhm.
Yeah.
with like that touch of red, which feels very like first placey kind of thing. I don't know.
Yeah, totally.
First place ribbon.
Mm-hmm. If you're ever in this background in the game, you know you made it.
Yeah.
Cool. So, moving on to the last one
Mm-hmm. For today.
for today. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you've hung around this long, thank you.
Yes, appreciate it.
Yeah. Also, you know, if you like this type of stuff, if you like the art streams, let us know. And if you don't like it, please don't let us know. It'll hurt my feelings. So,
Yeah. But even if you don't like it, we're still probably going to do a couple more of these.
yeah. Yeah, we like hanging out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
So, funny thing about this background is that this is before I started working on the game full time, and I had a really crappy computer, and every single brushstroke on this crashed my computer. So I had to I think it was like a huge file, and yeah, every single time that I was working on something, it would crash, and I think it took me like a week or something, like just reopening the file and then closing it, reopening it. But now I have a really good computer. You're so fun, and I can see how fun. Oh,
Thank you. We'll definitely
you.
be back.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Today was definitely just a feeling out process, getting us more comfortable being on camera kind of thing. But
yeah.
it's I think it's pretty easy. And all these great comments make it that much easier. So thank you, everybody.
Yeah, thank you. It's definitely like not something that I'm comfortable with being on camera, but we'll try for you because
We're
we
getting
want
there.
to show you the art.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. I think we had like this like weird like Star Warsy like Dune type of vibe.
Oh, Monty, they like you most.
Don't, I'll cry. Yeah, like I had like some two moons set up. I don't know.
Yeah, this was very Star Warsy and almost departing from the style that we're at today.
It feels like depressing in a way.
Yeah.
Like it's definitely like all of our backgrounds now are very like fun and like
Mhm.
I don't know. It feels very cold looking at this one.
Wasn't this one supposed to be like post-apocalyptic though? Like
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, but
run down.
This is also before I designed, like I had like a design map with all of our color palettes. So like everything's very like gray and washed out.
Mhm.
True, yeah.
Yeah.
Because even like yellow, we don't really use yellow.
Yeah.
No, we don't. We don't really use this like yellow and red combo.
Mhm.
Yeah, this is what the characters would look like on top of it. It
Yeah.
was like a weird, like, we're still feeling it out, and we wanted to make sure like the backgrounds kind of looked good with the characters, but then we wanted the backgrounds to be like detailed and fun to look at, because you train your AI, and then when you're actually battling, you're not controlling the character. So we were like, well, we have to have something for the people to look at. Because they're just going to be watching the screen, right? Like, it has to look good. So
Yeah, it definitely feels different from all the other backgrounds.
yeah,
It was a good starting point to introducing like new worlds.
Yeah, for sure.
That was like the starting point of that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this is when sorry, I just read another comment. Just saying that the landscape feels more historic and medieval.
Yeah.
It does feel medieval.
Yeah.
Which is like so not the game.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
You can just see how like it just feels like it just doesn't fit in.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's sci-fi, but like it's very like it's this area.
It's almost like in Gladiator, like the pit where all the gladiators fight, or like where you'd fight against a lion or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a little bit more stressful.
Yeah.
For AI. So this is us handing off the background to Antonio again and just being like, just do whatever you want.
Yeah.
So here are some of those thumbnails. I think this was the main thumbnail, so we'll go through these guys.
Mm-hmm. So still with the Colosseum vibe, but we wanted it to feel almost like abandoned. Mm-hmm. I think that was the only like prompts we gave to our AI Antonio.
Yeah, that's the prompt that we generated into Antonio.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, he doesn't even do the art, guys. He just like his hands move, and he has no control over it.
Yeah, he's just connected to the computer.
Yeah, we're plugging these little tubes into him. So here he is, like taking like some of the dome elements from the first one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that same entrance.
I like the little background, the little mountains that you added in the background.
Yeah. Yeah, even with the platform, we were like, could it be like it goes down into the pit as well? You know?
Mm-hmm. But then I think it just didn't work with the game because there's like moves that players can do. Gladiator pit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it was.
Is that a movie? Because I've never seen Gladiator.
Gladiator is a movie with Russell Crowe.
I have not seen it.
I think the original reference was from Attack of the Clones when Anakin has to like jump into that pit and they're all fighting in the middle there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, Monty hasn't seen a lot of movies.
This is my own work harassing me. I thought you guys were on my side.
We are. We just want to expand your film knowledge.
Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of things. For someone who painted something so close to Gladiator, weird that I haven't seen it.
Right.
So this is the thumbnail that we actually ended up going with. And Antonio made like this really cool, like glowing skull at the top.
Mm-hmm. And it's actually the design of the robot heads underneath the screen on the dendroids.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's fun to incorporate stuff like that because that really makes it feel like there's a bigger picture going on as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, who built this? You know, how they built it?
Yeah.
And what does it mean?
you like being mysterious, huh?
Yeah, I like hiding stuff.
Yeah, what's this all about? We also wanted to make the pit feel very scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it was like you're being pushed into this pit to fight, kind of thing.
But then again, we have to get rid of the ground plane there and just push the pit back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we opened it up a lot.
Mm-hmm. So this is just fleshing out the thumbnail that we chose here, and then adding some colors to it and just how the different colors make it feel.
Yeah. this first color palette's almost using the same one as your first concept.
Mhm.
Yeah,
like
more
the sandy.
reds and yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. It's a new-
we always end up back to the blues somehow.
You just
Yeah,
love
yeah,
cool new
very-
colors.
Yeah.
cool morning. Yeah.
It just feels like it feels harsher, this one. You know, like you're up in the cold mountains and there's snow and it
Yeah.
feels colder. It feels more stressful to fight in this arena.
Yeah.
For
I
sure.
wonder what the people the people that live there look like.
Well, maybe there's none because it's abandoned.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
not anymore.
There's lots of cool like cracks in the structure there in the background
Mm-hmm.
and crumbling structures and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, this one it came a long way from.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you can still see hints of the arena in
The
the
dome.
background here with the dome.
Yeah.
I love this one. I love the atmosphere here. The pit, scary.
Yeah. The more vibrant reds coming up feels like
Mhm.
who knows what's down there. Maybe some lava.
Yeah.
Wonderful there. Do you choose the arena you're fighting in, or is it predetermined according to your level in the game? I think it's
only
randomized.
one. Yeah, the only one that's predetermined is the throne room. It's if you have the crown or if you are challenging for the crown.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it'll be completely random.
Yeah. And this guy's always pumping out new backgrounds, so
Yep.
Yeah.
we'll have a lot of fun
day.
maps to look at.
Yes.
What was that?
One a day. One
One
background.
is-
Yeah. We have this guy working 24/7.
yeah.
He never gets a break. Yeah, I love these details.
It's so weird looking at it now, though. It's like
I know.
it looks bad
So
to me.
let me just spit on my screen real quick.
Yeah.
That's how much I dislike this Antonio.
Yeah.
No, this was another one of the ones that we like had to go back and plus up because the newer backgrounds are so much more detailed.
Yeah.
So this is him starting to build it.
In Blender.
Yeah.
Once again. Yeah.
Yeah, taking this old concept and then just
Yeah.
Building
up.
Just adding more interesting features and like stuff that actually works. Because if you look at the last one, it structurally doesn't really work at all. It's just
Mhm.
if you broke it down, it makes no sense. So I think it's really good seeing it in 3D, and then it actually gives it that structural feeling.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, if you keep going, I keep pushing it a little bit more and more. I push it way back.
Yeah. We
And
get
then
to
I
see a lot more of those mountains too.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was able to get these sick mountains. Just adding a lot of detail. So this is before painting. Just adding detail in Blender really helps with the lighting look real.
For sure.
Yeah.
I also love how so here it's like a broken down Coliseum. It's really cool, but here we can actually feel like there was people in these stands
Mhm.
watching the fights.
Yeah, you see those same screens littered through the stands that are in the main arena that are filling up the crowd kind of thing.
Yeah. I wish I didn't do that much in the final though.
It's okay because there's snow.
There is, yeah.
But yeah, that's the idea of it, and I feel like it gets it across.
hmm
Yeah, and you can also you can feel how grand this skull is compared to the size of the doors here and the size of the screens.
Yeah.
Like how large it actually is, and it pushes the size of the Coliseum just having those small little bits of scale to compare to.
Yeah, definitely feels like this was the very first arena before the stadium feel that we have as the main arena now.
Yeah, that felt like the proms.
Yeah.
once we like finished it, we're like, okay, that's what this feels like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is from 1,000 years ago compared to the new one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And then I think, this is almost final. So this is like, when we saw this one, we painted and fleshed it out, and then we were like, I guess if they're in the mountains, there should probably be snow in the arena.
Mm-hmm.
Like that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
So it kind of helps like sell that like very cold, rigid feel of the background.
And the abandoned feel, because if there's no snow, it's like, who's cleaning this place?
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Who's upkeeping this place?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this was really adding the detail and the cracks.
Mm-hmm.
And just figure out how we're gonna make this snow look good and not too repetitive.
Mm-hmm.
Getting those details in.
Yeah, a lot of the time.
Big background.
A lot of the times with the snow, like you can kind of get into a habit of like, if you have like a bunch of ridges here, you go whoop, 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 and like just trying to make everything look like organic.
Yeah,
this one's
totally.
really atmospheric.
Yeah, definitely wanted to get that atmosphere vibe, especially with like the sunset or sunrise. I think it's sunrise.
Mm-hmm. On the mountains back here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it almost feels like a blizzard's coming in with like how foggy the middle ground is there behind the head.
True, yeah.
More snow.
I also like, this is another like little nerdy art moment. These cracks right here.
Yeah, the detail.
Are so good.
Thank you.
This little like crack area right here.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like highlights are perfect. It looks so cool. The crack trails all the way up. Like, I don't know. It's just great.
Satisfying. Yeah, it's really
satisfying.
To do. Especially because like you just decrease or increase the value by like 2 or like -2, and then it's just like far. You can't really tell, but then when at far away, you really notice it.
Yeah.
It's very subtle. It's very subtle,
cool.
but it makes a huge difference.
And then I think this is the final.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So taking these blocks like as if, parts of the stage have crumbled into the
or
pit.
even like old platforms that were floating have now crashed down into this pit.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of imagination. This one really leaves a lot to the imagination, which is really
Mm-hmm. And then taking these neon lights too and breaking them up. When the cracks go through them, you can see how the neon lights have been turned off in certain areas because they're broken, and just gives that like little extra feel of the Colosseum being abandoned.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yet it still somehow has power.
Yeah, and the lights make it feel fun. Like,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It makes it feel like not so dangerous, but then you start looking like,
Yeah. I also, more little details. I love how these lights reflect on the snow. The snow gets like a little red around here.
Yeah, super subtle.
Here. Very cool. And then here's it in action. This is in the beta.
Mm-hmm. And another one of Alex's awesome platforms.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some fun details in these too. Like he added a lot of little breaks and damaged pieces, so it still feels like it's abandoned as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So cool to watch. I love seeing everything come together.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's come a long way. It's in a really, really good spot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For just being us 3 at the beginning, and then now having everyone add into it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, totally.
Cool. Well, guys.
Yeah.
That's all the backgrounds we have to show you
Today. Yes.
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah.
You
Can't
got
show you too
9?
much. I don't know. I don't know how many we have now.
It must be close to 9 or 10. Yeah. But that was only 4?
Yeah, 4.
Yeah.
I know, it took us an hour to get through the processes.
Yeah.
So Imagine if we did more, guys. It would be way too long. You'd be so bored.
We'd be here all day.
Yeah.
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 I think this is a great spot to call it our first episode. Thanks, Brandon. Yeah. Maybe we'll open it up for a couple minutes for some last minute questions, if anybody has any.
What is the AI Arena art team working on at the moment, and what plans do you guys have for the future? I don't know. What background are you working on now? You can give like little hints about it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you are working on background right now.
Well, personally, I'm not obviously working on backgrounds, but I'm storyboarding for some of the story that we're going to be adding into the game much later. But we got a bunch of story stuff going on. We have a bunch of character assets in progress, and yeah, I don't want to reveal too much, but a lot of in progress stuff because there is endless possibilities for this game. We want to make it as big as possible. And we want to give it a lot of different options. We don't want it just to be a handful of backgrounds or character designs. Yeah, we really want to give a lot of options for all of the players to really dive into this world that we're creating.
Yeah, we have a lot of ideas for the game.
Yeah.
It's just we have so many ideas, and then I'll like talk to the coders about it, and they're like, "Please don't kill me." You know, like, please. So it takes time to put things into the game, and you know, we're coding, like, not we, the coders are coding this from scratch, right? So every single thing that we have an idea to put in the game or anything that we want to try, like, they literally have to do it from scratch. We built like our own game engine. So, you know, we have a lot of ideas for world building, and it'll take a while to just work out the kinks. But I would just say the final game is going to be really cool.
Yeah.
Like if you think the beta looks good, like we have a lot of stuff coming.
Yeah, just wait.
A lot of polish coming.
Okay, is that the Pepe Dendroid out on? Because
Of course.
I love that guy. He's so funny. Yeah, of course I know that guy. And I don't know, is there like Pepe NFTs? I don't know. But if there is, like, we should find a way to get him in the game. This is really interesting looking at the development of anything. We definitely need more. Oh, thanks.
Thank you. Yeah, we definitely plan on it. We definitely want to show every aspect from character design, animation. I mean,
character design was cool.
UI.
Yeah.
A lot of
UI as
characters.
well. Yeah.
Let me show off my UI, guys.
Yep. It was the Pepe.
Okay. Yeah, it's so funny because like I have like, I don't know, like 4 or 5 gigs of all of this UI design that I did when the site it wasn't even like, it didn't have the locker room or anything. It was just like a flat
it was just like
clickable assets.
a character select screen rather than the locker room.
Yeah, and it went through like the original game was very like red. Like for some reason we loved like burgundy and yellow in the beginning, and it looks very, very different.
Well, it went with like the original logos too, right? The original logos were all red and stuff. So
yeah, the game has just come so far, and then like, you know, we'll be able to show you guys like how we fleshed out the locker room and the marketplace and how we built that world. So. Yeah.
Oh, the main arena as well.
Yeah. Yeah, like the outside of it, and
yeah, it's come a long way.
Yeah, there's a lot of renditions of the marketplace too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And just getting like the exterior to feel like what we want it to feel like.
Yeah.
Finding the look.
These are all teasers for future episodes of the Artist Hangout.
Yeah. You guys want it.
Dendroid romance.
Are you talking about the Pepe Dendroid with Agnes? I think that's so funny. There's like a little picture that Elron did
Oh yes, I remember
of
seeing
his
that.
Dendroid
Yeah,
and he's holding Agnes's hand.
yeah, that was so cute.
So cute.
Yeah, yeah. I'd love to also dive into Agnes. That'll be during
Yeah.
like the character design chat, but yeah, she had a lot of different options before we ended up on the little character that we all have grown to love,
Mhm.
even through just her tweets and stuff.
Yeah.
She's hard to keep under control. That one. Yeah.
Cool. Well,
Alrighty.
This is
Looks
cool.
like we'll call it here. And thank you everybody for joining us today. And we look forward to doing a couple more of these for you guys in the future.
if you'll have us.
If you'll have us, or if you'll tune in. We'll probably still do it, but you don't have to watch it.
Yeah. We'll just be shouting into the void.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah.
It was nice to meet everybody and show everybody the art. So
Yes.
hope you have a good day.
Yep. All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.